The 20th century has much to offer the visitor to Wales. With sand in our toes and sea spray in our hair, the beach at Tenby provides all the delights of a seaside holiday on the long Pembrokeshire coast. Even residents of fuller figure make for the sea with the same determination as the slimmest holidaymaker. Be energetic and cool in the blue-green waters, or just relax and absorb the sun. Castle 20th century style, or 30, as at cricket. Take your choice. And behind the beaches, the Welsh golf courses, like this one at Harlech, are famous all over the world. You can play with no distractions but the lovely view. And afterwards, after the golf, the beaches, or the mountains, the ancient inns of Wales, where the beer is mellow, the wine and the houses are old, and only the comfort and the kitchens are modern. And there are small inns in Wales, where the visitor will find the serious subject of food is treated with all the respect it deserves, and with as much success as many a larger place might envy. But time moves on in Wales as elsewhere, and there are modern places too. This is a yachtsman's inn, where those who love the sea can sail right up to the walls of the hotel and never lose sight either of their boat or of the blue sea beyond. Sailing is one of the joys of Wales, and from Anglesey in the north to Pembroke in the south, where once the Vikings and the pirates sailed, now fisher boats and yachtsmen rule the sea. The water-laced landscape of Wales can provide more restful pleasures too. Here in the seas, lakes and rivers swarm pollock, bass, salmon, suin and trout. Fishing is a contemplative pursuit. Think now perhaps of the Welsh people themselves, with their warm-hearted Celtic friendliness. Talk to them in English, but listen to the music of their ancient tongue. Trout for the experienced, and tiddlers for the apprentice. For both, the one that got away will grow no smaller in the telling. The colors of Wales are mild and subtle, like the washed shades of old tapestries and silks. They are reflected in the soft tweeds woven by the same families for generations. Take home with you a piece of blue water, or a hillside of purple heather, the rose-colored stones of castles, and the sweet ancient shades of dry stone walls. Find in the traditional tapestries a mountain-top view of the patchwork land below. Wales is a place of contrasts, of surprises. This looks like some half-forgotten memory of the Riviera, but Port Mirion is still in the land of the Red Dragon. A fairy tale come true, the dream of a Welsh architect, built only to enchant. And at Penagurid, enchantment of another kind, and memories of lands more distant than the Mediterranean coast. For here, under the shadow of Snowdon, the local inn was the training headquarters of the first men to conquer the awesome peak of Everest. And presumably the climbers' signatures appear on the ceiling more as a matter of habit than any special efforts by men to whom life on the horizontal plane must seem sadly dull. This is inevitably a climber's inn, and enthusiasts from all over the world meet here under Snowdon to rest and to talk of climbs and climbers in Wales and far beyond. We are proud of our little mountains, especially of Snowdon. Choose your own way up. Many take the hard way, but if you are less adventurous, you can find an easier route to the summit. If you are truly lazy, make the best of every possible world in the small rack and pinion railway. The pleasure of traveling in this enchanting train is answer enough to the scorn of the energetic. There is as much envy as virtue in their hearts. The tradition in my father's family, wrote Thomas Jefferson, was that their ancestors came from Wales, near the mountain of Snowdon. Of how very many others all over the world must this be true? The Joneses, the Morgans, the Williamses, the Thomases, and of how many a Gwyneth or Idris, Myfanwy, Dillon or Maddock, whose mothers or fathers looked backward to Wales, where Snowdon casts her shadow over the valleys, and where St. David is the patron of the Welsh. Many have been before us at St. David's shrine. William the Conqueror in 1091, Henry II in 1171, Edward I a century later, and in 1955, Queen Elizabeth paid homage to the Saint of Wales. We are the Cymry, the comrades, and we are proud of our homeland, once cut off from the world by rock and water. We exult in the splendor with which we have been endowed, of sparkling seas, of lakes and rivers, of hills in which you, stranger, may wander, and mountains for you to climb. This is Cymru, the land of the Red Dragon, and we welcome you.